Well, let's see. Let's have some nice mood calming music because we need calm moods today. Everybody's on suicide watch, Brandon. Everybody's on crypto nerd watch.
Don't get on. You see social media. People really go to the extremes sometimes. Actually, I did see a bunch of memes with people in the general markets. Like if you watch like the Wall Street crash of 2008 or whatever, there was a meme that I saw, just like a word meme, saying if you lose 30% of your portfolio in traditional markets, you jump out of a 41-story building. But if you lose 30% of your portfolio in crypto, you change your profile picture to a meme of you working at McDonald's. That's the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like whatever.
Because it's a joke.
When I saw people like getting all like crazy, like, okay, there's the 2%, 3% pullbacks. I'm like, whatever. When you get a 10, a 15, a 20, a 25, especially in stuff that you like, in assets that you like, then you start, in your mind, the math is no longer about the assets. It's like, wait, do I have any extra money somewhere that I didn't remember, but that I could use that doesn't constitute my rent? Like, is there
Yes.
is there anything extra that I could deploy? And so the math completely changes. Like, I could tell who the veterans were because it was like a lot of people were kind of panicky. I mean, I'm not even talking about social media, just like in the chats. And then like in the DPCs, I didn't see anybody panic, not one person. And then I was getting messages like, what do we buy? And so that's why I was just trying to post all my trades. I don't think I did. I may have made one or two more that were like late at night. I didn't get much sleep. And I kept looking at Ethereum. I mean, we'll talk more about behind the wall because I made a bunch of trades. I probably made 20 trades. Well, if you count, because I dollar cost averaged a lot of those trades. So like I would say I'm buying this, but I actually bought it in 3 parts or whatever. But like between Thursday and now, at least 25 trades. So, and some I'm even out of
too. Not the bottom. Oh, you got out of some already.
Yeah, because there was a bounce. Like I did have one purchase of ETH that was very close to where, because I kept buying. So I had one that was pretty close, and when it came up like $100, I was like, I don't think the worst is over, especially the more I dig into Jump, the Jump crypto, Jump trading. And
I have their wallet pulled up. I think we can go through behind the wall.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on there. And I also have an article that I brought it just so people that don't remember how dirty they are.
Yeah. Their history.
They are. I mean, we're not just saying they're dirty because they sold and so what. They're dirty because like they're currently being investigated by the Department of Justice for interesting activities in and around Luna and UST with Do Kwon. They are being questioned. They're a entity of interest in the FTX Alameda scam, theft, debacle, unwinding. And if you think that Bankman Fried Chicken didn't give them up quick, how wrong you are. I'm sure that they were one of the first names on the I promise I'll snitch as quick as possible list. So anyway, they're just a dirty organization. Their president was he left to pursue more interesting ventures about a month ago. We were joking yesterday in the chat, or actually Brandon and I were texting, and we came to the conclusion the way this all went down yesterday was it was a normal market panic with crypto market panic, with general macro market panic, and some criminal behavior probably trying to be hidden inside that. It just seemed too weird, especially on the Ethereum side. But then the more you look at Jump, the more it starts to make a lot of sense. So, okay, Brandon, do we have any general housekeeping?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go.
Let's get to that. I think I will say this: when we go behind the wall, we are going to talk about the stuff that you can buy right now that looks pretty dang good.
Jeez.
especially those of you that are dollar cost averaging and you're being consistent and you're being, you're not being cryptarded. And you didn't panic out or panic into anything yesterday. Just, buying with consistency, potentially looking at assets that you missed, you kind of like first time around. These kinds of drops are like a crystal ball. So you just have to ask yourself, do you think the assets I'm buying are ever going to get back to where they were, last Thursday? Do you think they'll get back to where they were Thursday? I mean, it wasn't a bull market top because, as we've discussed ad nauseum, we're not in a bull market and we haven't been in one yet. And I think that's confirmed. There's still junk we got to get out of the way. So we'll talk about all that behind the wall. Brandon, to you, sir. To you.
So one of the things that I wanted to mention is we are almost at our 1 year anniversary.
Oh,
this is all
snap.
good. This is all good.
Snap.
So, just have to throw that out there, guys. We're getting excited. That's pretty cool. So if you've been with us for a while now, you guys know what we've been through and how this last year's gone. I think it's gone pretty well, and I think we have another great bunch of things coming up here in the near term, actually, that I'm really excited about. But the main thing that I want to hit on, if you guys are worried, everything should be taken care of as far as memberships and whatever. But if you guys have a question, just email me and I answer really quickly. If you email me at cryptofittrader@gmail.com, I will email you back. And I answered a bunch of questions over the weekend. Everybody calm, cool, collected now. We're good to go. And so we should be rocking and rolling this next week.
And Frank, referring to what happened to sitting on your hands this weekend, I taught you everything you know, not everything I know. And the way to look, I mean, I've seen a lot of these, and there were things that happened where when the selling really started escalating Saturday and Sunday, of course, we talked to the digital private clients on Saturday because we have a private stream there. But there were certain things that went down so far and so fast because people were panicking that I could not resist. And I follow all of my exits correctly. I follow all of my rules-based exits. So when I get a 10X, I take 20%. When I get a 2X after that, I take 10%. So I had stockpiled a fair amount of rainy day cash. And guess what? It's been raining since Friday. And I don't think the raining is over with. This is a bit of a relief rally. Nothing is better. Nothing has changed. Jump hasn't stopped. Matter of fact, their selling is going to intensify. They're just waiting to unstake. So I wouldn't. This is that little space at the center of a tornado. This is not, the tornado is dissipated, in my opinion. We'll see. But yeah, so there's our, it's funny that Jump Crypto is probably the Germany of Ethereum.
Yeah. You notice, yeah, and you could watch this yesterday too easily when you saw Ethereum drop double what everybody else did. Like you knew something was up, right? When Ethereum was down 20% and then everything else was only down 10, even some of the altcoin like crappy Fetch was only down 7% and Ethereum was down 20%. You're like, that's weird.
But don't worry because that heated up too. Fetch got
they all caught up. They all caught up this morning. Even Solana was holding up at like 8% down and Ethereum was down 20%. But then this morning I woke up and Solana was down 22% or something. It's like, okay,
Solana got slaughtered. Yeah, everybody got face melted. And, I was texting back and forth with Tufi last night because we were doing some math on this other thing. And he was like, what do you think about this? What will they think about this? And my opinion was, well, the they that we're talking about, which is, in this case was ASI. I said, they were a penniless, worthless group of companies a year and a half ago. And then OpenAI happened with ChatGPT in a big way. And remember, January of 2023, everything changed AI-wise. Well, that's the same as the S&P. The AI assets have buoyed the entire fucking planet Earth for about 18 months. They've been carrying everything. Like 6 companies have been carrying the whole dang planet. And that propped up a bunch of companies that had anything to do with AI. AGIX, that token was worthless. Fetch, worthless. Alethea, worthless. Go down the list. Render, worthless. Just keep looking anywhere you want on the spectrum. All these companies were dog shit until January 2023, and then the big boom happened. Okay, so if you look back past that, well, I know 18 months is crazy. Why would you look that far back for data? But if you do, these are companies that were not good decision makers. They were very poor decision makers that let their market caps get slaughtered by 90% the previous 2 years. So these are companies, these are poor fiduciaries, these are companies that cannot manage their money, and they're basically, you can reduce them to marketing companies. Now, they could have some good IP in there. I'm not saying that they don't have cool IP and maybe have some hidden code on a chalkboard somewhere in a dusty office, but they haven't used it. They don't have a product. They still don't have a product. Most of the S&P, all those companies you're seeing, they have some products, very minimal, but even the AI companies that just blew up, only a few of them have a product that actually returns revenue. Like, a lot of the AI stuff is amazing, and we know it will do amazing things, but it hasn't quite yet returned revenue. OpenAI is not making money. Microsoft is not making money from AI. Like, these companies aren't making money. The only one making money are chips. If you're selling chips, if you're selling AI-based chips, you're making money. So NVIDIA, I think one of the reasons for the tech slump last week was just because NVIDIA said, we can't possibly deliver all these chips. We're having some slowdowns, some supply chain issues in Taiwan and China and all this kind of stuff. Well, at some point, the AI, utopia was going to had to come to a balance sheet where an accountant is looking at it and he's like, shit, man, this doesn't work. And so you're seeing all this stuff play out on the back of a recession, on the back of an inept Fed that, at least, whatever, forget rate hikes don't matter. But the fact that the thing that they think matters, they don't know how to do it in the right time. And now you even have people that were supporting the Fed coming out on CNBC, calling them out for being fools, which is great, because there's nothing a prideful, self-important douchebag Fed president resents more than his own friends calling him an asshole. And so what do you think, Brandon? What's the over and under for an emergency meeting?
Well, I think it's going to happen now. I wonder if there's a bet on it. Let's go see if there's a bet on it real quick.
Polymarket emergency meeting
bet?
Bet?
I'm curious to see if they've made one yet, but I doubt it. I think a lot of people are calling for it now. They're saying it's got to happen. I don't know. I don't know.
Fetch will still pumping up. Well, that's an investment kind of question, really. I think they're a marketing company. Here's what I think. I think they're a terrible AI company, but they are a damn good marketing company. They marketed that dumpster fire up to $3 and almost 50 cents. What was the high on Fetch? 350, 351, 357, something ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Something well higher than any kind of imagination. I will also say
higher than 75 cents, whatever it is now.
Well, I'll point back to the ASI announcement and all that stuff. Remember when they pushed that through, bullied it, decided not to include the community, and just shoved that thing in, just put it all in, first date kind of thing. Anyway, it's lost about 80% of its value. So people that bought in on that excitement, on those, they're not pressers, on those X Twitter Spaces meetings where they were talking all this, how amazing it's going to be. And even Janet came out and said big words, amazing and miraculous and incredible. And she just said it until people were just over it. Well, anybody that bought on that news has been destroyed. Destroyed.
Oh.
And you don't have to go very far. Just go look in those chats on Telegram and see the people in there that are singing the fucking blues, man. They got wrecked. And because stupid is stupid. So and this is a good lesson too, in the price doesn't tell the story of an asset. The 5 T's kind of tells the story of an asset. You still have to do your research. And I think we got into this phase, at least from January, from the BTC spot ETF hype, I think we were in a phase where everybody was jubilant and excited because price. And they stopped kind of doing fundamentals. And then when you see a sell-off like this, the people that are panicking either overinvested or own crap. That's it. You overinvested or you own crap. Otherwise, you're fine. You're like, okay, cool. Well, I'll dollar cost average with my amount of money that I can spend this week. I'm going to decide to use it over the weekend. And you're going to get more chances because MT Gox, is that over with?
Nope.
I don't even think it started.
Nope.
Because people can't sell.
It's trickled, but with every single platform shut down today, they ain't selling.
Do you know how many? Do you know what the leverage unwind was at last count? I saw an article. Let me pull it up. This is good stuff before we go behind the wall. Let me just see if I can grab this.
The numbers.
Oh. Ooh. The leverage was, well, the total market declined below 2 trillion. 500 billion just since Friday. The oh yeah. Here's the line I wanted. Monday morning when Bitcoin plunged just under 50K, its lowest price since mid-February, liquidations exceeded 1 billion. This is leverage idiots. This is all leverage idiots, affecting 300,000 traders that had taken some form of leverage. 300,000. And remember, everybody in the world's not trading crypto. It's already a small group. 300,000 dummies. And these aren't meme coin traders, by the way. These are not, this isn't spammy Solana meme coins or basehead meme coins. These are 300,000 people that got leverage nuked, liquidated on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And one person, Brandon, didn't you show in the chat one person was 27 million, one person?
Yeah, 800 million of it's Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's like the main bulk of it, right? So 1.23 billion, 308,753 traders were liquidated. Yeah, the one person they lost, I have a screenshot of it I was going to share. Where is it? It was $27 million. One trader lost $27 million. One trader. How would you like to be that dude?
Man,
I'm gonna tell you, you're having a bad day.
Everybody here, real quick, just before we go behind the wall, which we will. If anybody here to lose 27 million, how much do you think that they put up? Well, forget that. How much do you think their portfolio, what do you think that person's worth if they lost 27 million? And how much money would you have to have where you could take a $27 million hit and you're okay with it?
Well, what they did is they put up 27 million, right? So they put up 27 million, but they bought maybe $500 million worth of Bitcoin at a 50x leverage or whatever the math is, and then it went down on whatever it went down and they got wankered, right? So this guy's portfolio, I don't know, maybe he's got like a couple $100 million.
But still, who can take a $27 million hit and just you're a better man than I. I would be in a fetal position. I would be urinating and defecating myself forever.
Yeah, that's a rough trade. You saw the inverse one that I posted this morning. This is on the flip side. One trader, so at the very bottom this morning, they started to short sell.
Oh no.
And one person lost $11.6 million short selling this morning. So you get him on the way up, you get him on the way down.
He's been waiting to make the trade all weekend. He's like, oh yeah, here it comes. Monday, we're going to stick it to him. Here comes the short. Let's go big. It just goes the other way. And you're like, what? No, come on.
Dude,
what if it's the same guy? The same
guy. I know. Wallet Tracy. They're different brokerages, so the chances are pretty slim, but that'd be crazy funny. I mean, that's pretty big. That's not a small amount. Obviously, it doesn't. Listen, I mean, that's what happens when you have 1.2 billion of liquidations.
I don't care how much you have. 27 million means something. It does. I mean, look, I can afford Uber Eats, but when they charge me the delivery fee, I still get pissed off. So it doesn't matter what you got. 27 million, you feel it, even if you're a billionaire. Elon Musk, here's how you know. Go ask Elon Musk to give you 27 million bucks. He certainly could. He certainly won't. All right, and on that note, did Neil give us the official behind the wall?
Well, we got Joseph and James. Was either one of those deputized? I can't remember. I assume so. Let's go behind the wall.
Yes, James is a deputy.
Yeah, let's rock and roll.
All right.
No, you would not, Baha.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you would not. Trust me, you.
Nope, because all you'd remember is
you think that now, but your whole mindset changes.
I used to be a contender. All right. Let's get behind the proverbial wall now. I don't have the little thing because I'm outdoors. I'm enjoying outdoor. Yeah, I got one dry kitty.
That's all right. I'll just start nuking things then.
I got one dry kitty. I got one dry kitty and one wet kitty. Oh, in the interim, do you guys want to see wet kitty? Here.
I have to think that's a joke of some sort, but it's not.
No. I'm gonna show wet kitty. Wet kitty.
Oh, that'll be perfect. Show. That's a segue. As you segue that, I'll delete people. I'm
gonna show wet kitty. If you guys want to see wet kitty, he just took a swim this morning. And let's see. Hold on. Let's get it right. Get tight. Get right. This will be good interim. I bring you wet kitty interim as we go behind the wall.
This is what we look like when we go swimming.